The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
Man, I feel I'm the best in the sport, and to be the best, you got to be the best.
Thaboxingvoice.com. To be one champion, one face, one name. His name's Deontay Wilder. Thaboxingvoice.com.
Just the fact that I've been one that you've done for the longest time.
110%. There's no doubt in my mind that fight will happen. There's no doubt in my mind I'll beat Wilder as well.
I'm scaring heavyweights each and every time. Don't you see it? You know, I am the most feared. And if I'm not, then I want somebody to shut me up. I want somebody to prove that to me. I want to be proven wrong. But right now, I don't feel like nobody's gonna prove me wrong. Who has the guts?
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. Good morning, everyone out there. It is fight week. The heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder, will be defending his WBC heavyweight championship versus Dominic Breazeale.
There's only one Deontay Wilder.
But first, we have to discuss a few quotes floating around. We have to discuss Wilder coming out and saying that he trashes Fury, that Tyson Fury ran, that he can't beat him, everything that he's been saying, you know. At the end of the day, the WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder believes that he should have been facing Tyson Fury in the rematch and blames Tyson for bailing on their second fight. We all know they fought to a controversial draw, but we also know Fury decided to sign with ESPN, putting a further roadblock in this fight. We do know that Fury's movement and defense was something that gave Wilder all types of problems, but we know Wilder knocked him down twice, in the 9th and in the 12th. It was a fight that we wanted a rematch for, but Fury decided he needed one tune-up, and then his promoter, Bob Arum, later coming out saying they needed another tune-up. Wilder had a quote-unquote big announcement. It wasn't the Fury or AJ fight, but nevertheless, we're here to discuss the Breazeale fight. Wilder trashing Fury, saying he ran from the rematch, and Wilder's new physique. If anyone watched his media workout late last night in Brooklyn, Gleason's gym, you would have seen him gain some weight and look a bit muscular. We are trying to get his strength and conditioning coach, Joe from twelfth Athletics in Miami, on the show. He's en route to ESPN, but he will squeeze in a few minutes for us. So stay tuned for that interview as we speak to the man that's transformed Deontay Wilder's body with about 25 pounds of muscle. But this is the morning show. If you're interested, please hit that thumbs up button on the way to the live stream. Why? Because it helps with the visibility of the show. It helps us grow, and it helps us to continue to get these big name guests on the show to only make the program better for yourself. So let's get on out to my co-host.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
Dazn production.
Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. He stayed out before he said it.
A man stand up for what he believe in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
Thaboxingvoice.com.
Yo. What's up, people out there in the TBV universe? First off, man, when you introduced me Don't play no goddamn Keith Thurman. All right? Do not play no Keith Thurman. If you're gonna play somebody in the welterweight division, give me man down, Earl Spence, who keep Thurman ducking, or give me Crawford. But on to the topic at hand. Deontay Wilder, man, it's fight week. We back at it. He says Tyson Fury ran from him. He can't beat me. He didn't want the rematch right away, which is all true. You know what I'm saying? They fought to a very, very, very controversial draw. Some people had Wilder winning. Some people had Fury winning. The WBC mandated, told him to run it back. One guy wanted it. The other guy did not. And like Ned said, man, there's only one. Deontay Wilder, man. The guy looks like he is in tremendous shape. Looks like he added about 15, 20 pounds of muscle. I know a lot of people out there have been clamoring for Wilder to get bigger, to look like a heavyweight. And in my opinion, he's doing that. The guy looks to be in tremendous shape. His cardio looks to be on point. The strength looks to be there, and his pad work that he was hitting yesterday. If those punches land on anybody, they would not be getting up. I repeat, those punches that I saw him do with Mark Breland and Coach Cuz yesterday, if those punches land on anyone, they would not be getting up. But back to the topic, man. Fury, man. See, I kind of like this, man. Like one day Fury came out and said, "Hey, if you want me to fight Deontay Wilder, put that diamond belt up, and I'll fight him, and I'll fight White for it." And now Wilder's coming out like, it sounds good, but you had a chance to fight me. You had your opportunity to fight me. You had an opportunity to run it right back and show the world that you really were the best, and you chose not to do that. And Wilder's looking like, what is wrong, man? Like, what? Why are people so afraid to fight me? He said this in a interview yesterday. I am high risk, low reward. I'm high risk, low reward. So he feels like when it all comes down to it, man, people says that he's unorthodox. He can't box. He slap punches. He does all this kind of stuff. But for the most part, he knocks guys out. He knocks guys out, and he leaves that impression on you. He leaves that fear in your heart. I mean, is it fear? I don't think any boxer in the world is scared of anybody. But sometimes fighting Wilder, he makes you think about what you want to do next.
Said, bro. You heard what Dean White, when he was giving you advice, he said, man, a lot of people try to act like they ain't nervous. You know, they don't have butterflies, man. That's natural. It's good to have that. You know, everybody got fear. If you didn't have fear, why would you be doing 2 tune-ups? Or at least thinking about having 2 tune-ups? Like, people like to say, come on, man, yo, boxers ain't afraid. Okay, so explain this. If it's not fear, what is it? What are you going to call it? Strategic planning? Like, all of that shit still falls back on the same thing.
Now you can say him signing with ESPN is a business decision, a marketable decision, because you don't want to put your brand new fighter, your brand new Rolls Royce on the expressway that quick. You want to take that little country ride first.
Why not?
You want to get on that country ride first. And
why? And come on, man. What the fuck is Fury versus Schwartz doing to build this fight?
It's doing absolutely nothing but getting Fury on ESPN so the American public can see him. Bro, I know I sound like Bob Arum. I know and
that's all right for you to sound like you. That's all right for you to sound like him. But this is what you got to understand. You could still take an $80 million deal, $100 million deal. If they willing to pay you that much, you still the fighter. They're not telling you who to fight. They recommend it. No, shit my ass.
Oh, you right. He said we're not telling who to fight or where to fight. You right.
They recommend him, bro. He could still say, no, I want that fight. I'm signing to you, but you make that fight happen next. Don't act like these promoters can't do that. And for ESPN, you don't think they want a Caucasian
you know what they want.
heavyweight to fucking win. You don't think
they
that's what
won't.
they want? Why won't they? He's the If he beats Wilder, if he would have went immediately on that fight, if they would have made Wilder offer where Al got to say, look, you got to go fight over there, bruh. You know, even though it was the other way around, even though the offer was 50-50 from Wilder, another Showtime pay-per-view, you know, and Fury left to ESPN with the contract in his hand for 5 days. So, again,
but you gotta remember,
the onus is
ESPN
on Bob
came back
Arum
out.
and them to send a contract to Wilder now saying,
There you
look,
go.
we don't want Fury to fight over there because we've invested $80 million, but we're willing to give you
3 fights.
30, 25 million?
I think it was like 3 fights, wasn't it? It was like
But that's the problem. Stop trying
Exactly.
to sign him to 3 fights. He only got 1 fight with Fury. You want to put in a rematch clause because you're a good promoter, a good manager? Well, you go ahead and do that. Stop this. Wilder needs to come to DAZN for 4 fights. Wilder got to come to Fury, ESPN for... Why? Why y'all want to build this? So I need 4 fights on the network with the last one being Fury because of what? Or 2 fights on the network with the last 2 being a fight with Fury and a rematch with Fury, or a fight with AJ and a rematch with... What the fuck is going on, bruh? Like, really? Why can't we just get that 1 fight we want? So now you telling me Earl Spence... No, you telling me Earl Spence... No, you telling me Earl Spence got to sign to ESPN for 4 fights? To get 50-50?
No.
So Bob could offer Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence 50-50, but he can't offer 50-50 1-fight deal to Wilder and Fury, huh?
I feel like he feels that I'm gonna just be straight up honest with you. I feel like he feel like the fight with Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford is 50-50 because he think his man is the better. Like he really deeply believes his man is a better guy.
Oh, so now you're saying that Bob doesn't believe in Fury?
Now look. I'm gonna be real on this. A nigga hit like that.
Did you hear
one punch change the whole thing?
But brother, did you hear
what Bob got doubt in his mind?
But did you hear what Bob said just yesterday about Fury?
Yeah, if we're gonna make him the biggest star in sports, the most recognizable star in sports. Yeah, I heard it.
All right.
Yeah,
that sounds like a person invested.
I really think that was just him talking like a lot of hair. Cause you ain't no way in hell you come to America and you about to be bigger than LeBron James, Steph Curry, Tom Brady, anybody that plays those kind of sports. It's hard for Wilder to do it, and he knocks guys out. Even though Fury can talk, he can do all that song and dance shit. When it comes in the ring, he's a boxer. He's not one of those guys that put his foot on the pedal and get guys out of there. Wilder does, and that in America, that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think Fury can be a notable name, possibly in American sports, but be that top dog, that number 1 guy. Nah, man, it's too much. It's too much out here, man. There's too many women out here that love Steph Curry and LeBron James. It's ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? So it's not, in my opinion,
but
it's not gonna happen.
Fury's flashy. Did you see his suit?
I wouldn't give a damn if motherfucking
he changed it up. But wait a minute.
What's the guy's name who do Off-White?
Nah.
Kanye West homeboy.
But respect him. He had like pinstripes the last time on the in the U.S. Intrepid for the press conference, and now it's like he had a straight designer.
He had pinstripe with that little colorful flower shirt on under it. That shit was ugly. But anyway, man, this is not fashion hour.
I'm just saying they changing his image. I think they're thinking on a fight-by-fight basis. Slowly but surely, they'll tip the scales in his favor, and that's what they're banking on. And with the positioning, I mean, now that the WBC is mandating Fury, Dillian Whyte, that's a big name for Tyson Fury. He won't make the same statement like you said that Wilder would make when Wilder fights. You're expecting a knockout or something very close to it, like Fury in the 12th round. You're not expecting 12-round fights. So
I'm glad you brought up Fury and Dillian Whyte. You know what I was thinking last night, man? I was just pondering shit. Fury kind of took himself. Wait, if he fights Dillian Whyte, he took himself out of play, and possibly took Dillian Whyte out of play. This might force Wilder and team to go negotiate with
don't say Don't say it because
AJ.
they still got two names on their own side of the street that they've
I
already told you.
understand that.
They've
but
already told you that's the route they're going. Now you want to jump those two names and say they're gonna go negotiate with AJ.
Bruh, if Fury takes himself off the board and Dillian Whyte somehow beats Fury, there's no more rematch for Deontay White. I mean Deontay Wilder. Let's be real. Like if White goes out there and does well, I don't even think it's unthinkable. I think White has about a 40% chance of winning. If he goes out there and beats Fury, then Fury's off the board, and Wilder has to at least negotiate with White or AJ for next year's fight.
The craziest thing that could happen is that motherfucking Dillian Whyte knocks out Fury with that left hook.
That motherfucking left hook, bro, mean.
Oh my God. If Showtime tried to do a 3-headed monster on they telecast, you would have sprouted a new head. Or that head took the place of Fury's. Mm-hmm. And he would be a player if he could do that. Like
it would be a high commodity. Mm-hmm. A very high commodity.
I mean, but the problem with that is that that there's going to be options on that fight, bro. It's just like I don't see Bob. I mean, it's a mandatory, so maybe there's something there, that we would have to learn from Mauricio. Maybe if Dillian won, he could walk away, but Bob likes having options.
That's what I'm saying.
He likes bringing you back on his television, on his network for whatever reason. He likes to just say, hey, yeah, we'll get you this fight, but, we got that next option.
And we still don't know what the situation is with Dillian Whyte in his U.S. broadcast. I know Showtime showed his last two fights, but ESPN is supposed to be a player in the game by getting him. So we don't know what Dillian Whyte U.S. broadcast is. But speaking of guys changing their image, you know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder looks like a motherfucking man possessed, a man on a mission, bro. Like his body looks like he really, really, really took focus on gaining some weight and making his physique fill out a little bit more. I think it was a good idea by him too. I think coming in, I looked at him. I seen he was about 225, 230. In my opinion, I'm not know this for a fact, but that's what he looks to me. And I think it's a smart decision by him to come in at that weight and test it out against Dominic Brazil and see how.
Brazil's a big dude, man. He's a heavy guy himself, so it was, it serves him better to have a little extra weight on him. Really quick, we got a super chat from Rod in the 870. He says it's fear how you lose. Deontay Wilder devastating KO equals fear.
Absolutely.
2 hour earlier conversation, obviously.
You got the video of Wilder shadow boxing from yesterday?
Nah, man. I mean, I could play, our own. I was trying to get Ron, but he I guess he sleep. He stood up all night. I was trying to get Ron to send me the original,
Yeah, okay, yeah. We was up all night talking shit about everything.
I woke up at like 4:30. Y'all motherfuckers was on a FaceTime. I'm like,
yeah, man. Hey, bro, we was getting it in. We was talking about some motherfucking bets and some shit going on this week. Yeah, oh, man, I talked to you about it off here, bro. It's some things that possibly make some money this weekend.
Well, really quick, we just reached another milestone of 102.5 thousand subscribers, so 102,500. And we appreciate everyone that continues to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe here at youtube.com/Thaboxingvoice, and you can always subscribe to the backup channel at youtube.com/Nestor Gibbs, just in case anything ever happens here, which periodically it does, as sometimes entities seem to hate.
You said Joe Nim was on the route to the ESPN studios?
Yes. He actually texted me back, and he said he'll try and sneak away at 9:30 because ESPN is actually at 9:45, and he's got to do that as well.
My God, Joe, man. Thank you, Joe. Big ups to you, big brother. I will appreciate you joining the show. If you can join, we'll appreciate you trying. But yeah, man. Speaking of True Fit, Joe, I think the things that I've seen on IG, the agility drills, like the dodging of the cones, the track work. I think all of that will play a big part in breaking. Like, remember, we was down in Alabama. And he said he wanted to break himself down and build himself back up. I think that's exactly what they were doing, and I think that it's not over yet. I think that this is like just a phase one to get Wilder back on that track. Because I seen him yesterday doing pad work and mitts, and it seemed like his guard was a little bit sharper. Seems like his hooks were a little bit crisper, and I could notice him taking a conscious effort and keeping his hands up when he throw punches, and really like working on his technique. I'm I'm excited for this weekend, man. I know the other day you were like, "Where's the excitement for this fight?" But I feel like it's building, man. I feel like a lot of people are starting to like talk about it, and a lot of people are starting. Well, a lot of people are just ready to see Wilder back in the ring.
I mean, look, it's always a good time when he's in the ring. So I'm sure people are going to be interested. Let me see if I can't get this thing here working. Oh, right, here we go. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Where's the zoom on this shit?
While you doing that, man, let me go ahead and do a shout out to everybody who joined us this morning, man. Join us every morning. Big ups to my guy Fat Apples, man. You always in the chat. Big ups to Wayne. Big ups to Rue in the 504. Big ups to Jimmy JM. Big ups to AJXINA or whatever the fuck your name is. Bobby Charles, what's going on, man? GM Strong, what's going on? Everybody out there in the chat who will support TVP, what's going on? And if you could, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button, man. It helps us grow, helps us get bigger, helps us draw more attention to the podcast and show people that we are really putting in this work day in, day out, Monday through Friday, shit, Monday through Sunday, because we do live fight chats on Saturday and we come back with our flagship on Sunday. No other podcast works as hard as we do. So respect it and smash that thumbs up button. Thank you.
Yo, they obviously. Anyway, whatever. So, yo, I can't zoom in anymore. I've obviously forgotten how to zoom in when we just did it yesterday with the rankings.
Is that Pornhub bookmark? I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you, man.
You psycho.
I got a joke, baby. Come on, man.
I can't.
It's good. It's Tuesday. Was it Wednesday?
I don't care about your joke. I'm just trying to find this thing, bro. Like I'm sad that
210 no more. At 212 no more. At 209 no more. Y'all asked for this, bro. Y'all asked for this man to come in and look like a heavyweight. He put on them pounds, put on that muscle. It's gonna be a long, hard night for Brazil come Saturday. Long, hard night for any heavyweight coming forward.
I don't see the zoom, but fuck it, bro. You see he gained weight. The dude looks big as hell. What could we do? Ron got all you got to do is go to the YouTube channel. We got this behind the scenes photo shoot where Showtime is, showing them off. Ron got to sneak in. Shout out to the team. And there you go.
Did you by chance watch the Muhammad Ali documentary last night?
Nah, bro. I was napping.
Okay, all right.
Napping like old man's do. Wow, how was it?
I ain't watching. Gotta check it out. I was watching the NBA draft lottery.
Okay. So, before we open up the phone lines, look, fight week, man. Or do you want to save it for
tomorrow? Yeah, man. Save it for tomorrow. Let me see how Brazil looks today in his
media workout.
Yeah, I want to see is he really focused in if he really wants to come in and put on the show. Because Ron G was talking about.
I tried to actually. I text Virgil Hunter this morning.
It's fight week for Virgil. Virgil really don't do a lot of interviews on fight week unless it's like at the event.
Well, I just got the word that Jay Diaz may be free, so I'm on him like I'm on him.
I love it, man. I love I just love heavyweight boxing, man. It's to me, it's one of the one of the divisions that you just don't know what the fuck might happen, man. Just don't know. These guys are so big, so strong, and they work so hard. So it's like it's like having I don't know what's the analogy I'm trying to find.
I have no clue what you're rambling on about.
I'm talking about like the heavyweight division, why the level of excitement that it brings.
It's the power, man. It's the power, and they big.
That's what it is.
They big, bro. So it's like we're expecting something, though.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
expecting something. And you know what? And normally they give it to us. Like Dominic Brazil knocked out Carlos Negron. He knocked out Izunu. He knocked out Amir Manzoor. Come back to knock out Amir Manzoor.
He got up against Anthony Joshua,
and his body didn't matter. Ruiz just did the same. He got a knockout. So like that's what the heavyweight brings. The heavyweight brings. Look, it's never been the welterweights and the bantamweights, and this whole Olympian thing. That's kind of like new. Like there's always just been a handful of elite heavyweights, then a lot of journeymen. There's just a lot of journeymen. Why do you think they say that the heavyweight division, the heavyweight is in his prime, in his 30s? There's a reason for that.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Danny's already 28. Canelo's like 27, 28. Like, these dudes have done so much in their careers already where a quote-unquote heavyweight is still a baby.
Compared to Joshua, like Ben Canelo 28, 26, Danny 27. Joshua around that same age, and Joshua was just, you know what I'm saying, he started on his journey, even though he got wins over Klitschko and Takiam and Parker. He fairly just started on his journey, but guys like Danny Garcia has been.
The thing with Joshua is that he's super advanced in his journey, especially as a heavyweight. To be that young and to be this accomplished, you just don't see that. I mean, again, his comparison is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson did it that quick.
That's true. He did have a belt at a young age.
Yeah, and I'm sure maybe he unified faster than Tyson. You know what I mean? Who knows? I don't know boxing history like that,
Nah, me either. We need a one-minute story.
I'm a current events guy, man. I didn't go back and watch the black and white tapes, man. Ain't got time for that. I like my HD, curved TVs, all that good shit.
I sure like that HD, man.
I wait for Adobe in the movies. I don't go to the regular fucking theater. I don't do that.
I wait for that bitch to be remastered or some shit.
For real. But let's get on out to these phone calls, man. Let's get this thing started.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
So y'all really don't fuck with us, huh? Y'all really don't mess with TVV. We got 405 watching, only 93 thumbs up. Come on, y'all, man. I just said I just went on a nice little soliloquy about how hard we work, how big we're trying to get, how much attention we're trying to draw to the podcast, and you guys still won't smash that thumbs up button. I don't understand it. We're here every morning. So if you could, take 1 second out of your time in your day and go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps you with the visibility of the show, and it costs you absolutely nothing. It's free. You can do it future, past, present. It don't matter. Whenever you see us go live, smash that thumbs up button. Thank you.
Let me go out to our mastermind in the Nolia. Actually, pound for pounder. Damn, I always do that.
Disrespect my nigga,
Never disrespect.
He ain't got an iPhone,
it's
though.
Because he's in the mastermind chat, so like he's always putting in, like, he the one wanted to talk about Wilder's physique. So that's the influence that a pound for pounder has on the show. So, R&V, Nolia, what up?
R&V called in. Wow.
What's up, Warden? I've been busy. Been doing this Mother's Day shit, trying to make this money out here. But it's been good for the past couple of weeks. But let me tell you something. I was on that chat last night. The reason why I was on that chat so long last night, Ness, I heard fear in a lot of the UK guys' mouths. The fear that when they saw that video, they said, yo. They said the craziest statement they made was, if he starts doing some punching, some body work, like regular boxing, they said nobody has a chance. So I think we got a problem on my hands. We might go back to the era where Joshua might talk about, 70-30, just so the fight don't happen. And you might hear Fury talking about, I got an injury. Because if he hits Brazil with some body punches and then knocks him out, Lord Jesus, I feel sorry for the whole division. That shit looks scary. I don't know what the fuck Deontay on. And what's his name? Ron said that they specifically been working on body shots. So if he starts cutting them down and knock them out, Jesus Christ. Well, y'all have fun. Oh, and one time, don't be disrespecting my man name, Mike. I've been listening. I hear you. Don't disrespect him.
Hey, man, we might look back at that Fury fight and say that's the fight that changes that changed Deontay Wilder, that changed his whole mindset, that made him turn into a motherfucking animal.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to suffer a little bit of adversity to look for change. You know, something has to happen for you to change. It's like he said, I got away with so much. I relied on my power. But it's what he needs to tell himself. It's what they call an affirmation. He needs to post it all around his mirror in the morning, because it's just like, imagine if I put in the work everyone else is putting in. I got this God-given cannon in my arm, but if I just woke up like everybody else and went and ran, if I trained as hard as Julian Williams did for Jarrett Hurd, what the fuck would it be? Remember who we interviewed, Evander Holyfield or Lennox Lewis? Somebody was telling us like, bro, this dude is 209, 214 doing this shit to grown-ass men heavyweight. How?
Evander Holyfield.
They saying he's supposed to be a cruiserweight.
Evander Holyfield said that shit exactly. He said he the same size as me. He weighs the same thing. I weigh a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So shit. And now we live in an era of guys that come in at 270, 260, 250. And this guy coming at 210, 215.
And here's the thing, yo. If you listen to his speech that was on TMZ for the children, right? It's like he's been telling us, like, the trolls, let me go from this angle. Like, the trolls probably think they upset him or they get to him. But that speech said it all. You know, he's supposed to be a statistic. You already told him he wasn't supposed to be here. Mm-hmm. You already said he wasn't good and he was bad. Mm-hmm. He just kept on with his dream. He kept telling himself that he could. And he's here. And he's here. Even though everyone doubts him, even though you all feel he lost, even though you all feel he's the worst champion, he keeps winning.
And for any athlete that's out there that's successful in their field, in their craft, the biggest thing that they have is self-belief. Self-belief is the strongest thing you can have outside of talent. I mean, talent, you got to have talent, you got to work hard, but you got to believe that the work you're putting in is going to pay off. And that's what, in my opinion, how Deontay feels about this fight and every fight going forward.
Let's just hope that some of these changes that he claims to have made or was going to make translate in this Brazil fight. Do you think that they show up?
I think what he's been working on, the power is going to definitely be there. I think it's bad blood between him and Brazil. I think this is going to be one of those fights that we say and look back on and say, somebody had to go. Somebody had to go. Somebody got knocked the fuck out. Period. I think Brazil is coming in with a chip on his shoulder, with a hostile mindset. He felt like he was done wrong down in Alabama at the hotel. Deontay Wilder felt shit, he was done wrong at the hotel. So these guys are coming in for war, and there's going to be a lot of fireworks firing come Saturday night.
All right, so I've been over here. We're going to Connecticut.
Shout out Connecticut, man.
Yo, bro, I lost your name. I'm sorry.
What up? Who this is?
Y'all shall forever remain nameless. 203.
Connecticut. What's up?
We hear you.
What's up?
What's your name, brother?
What's up, man? Hey, shout out to Ness for keeping it real the other day on Wilder and his poor management team. It was refreshing to hear you speak the truth, man. As an American myself, man, Wilder has let me down a couple of times.
Speak on it. How has Wilder let you down?
Well, not taking the look. I want Wilder to get his money, right? But we also got to put it into perspective. The dude didn't make his bones in the heavyweight division, and just look at his resume. Like he didn't make his name. He didn't. AJ.
What you mean he didn't make his name?
It's unfortunate, but it's true.
What's your name, brother?
It's
What's
true.
your
He had
name?
40. It's Mike.
Oh, hell no.
He had 40 fights. He had 40 fights, but he only fought Ortiz, and then he fought Fury. You know what I mean? Look, we can't blame Anthony Joshua for wanting to beat the A side. We just can't. And my position is just take what he's offering, beat him.
Just take what he's offering.
Beat him again.
Mike, you can't blame
Well, take
Wilder.
the $120. $120. $120 million. My bad. You know what I mean? $120 million. Just take it, beat him again. Now you have all the belts. You're undisputed. There's nothing left to be said.
Did you hear what you just said? Take it, beat him again. Like, bruh, that's what they talking about. Them contracts not right, man. But I hear you, man. I hear you.
Cut it.
It's them contracts, fams. It's them contracts. When them contracts get right, this fight is gonna happen. Like, you want the man to take less money and a 4-fight deal. So he got to fight a bunch of your zombies on Dazn before he get the AJ. Remember what Shelly Finkel said, with no clear indication of when you get AJ. Plus, you don't know what's the total sum pot. Plus, in the rematch, you got to give AJ 50-50 if you beat him. Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas.
This nigga want him to take $120 million when he can. No, he can make that, bro. He probably won't make the whole 120 in the first fight with AJ, but I guarantee you, if they do a rematch, he'll make well more than 120 in those two fights with AJ.
That first fight,
he gonna pocket about 70, 80.
That first fight, regardless who make what, that first fight is worth well over 120.
I think it's over 200 million right now. I think this fight is a $200 million fight right now.
But you wishfully thinking, like, come on, you said he was going to do what, 2.5 pay-per-views, you said?
I think him and Joshua, if they get made right now, do possibly $2 million.
Crazy, man. Joshua ain't even known here yet.
His
biggest opponent.
Bro, you don't watch other shit, bro. You watch boxing, all right? So you don't know.
So what you saying, that he's on other channels?
I'm not saying that he's on other channels, but people, the fans, the people that know Wilder. My nigga, my sister hit me up the other day.
And said when he gonna fight that English dude. They don't know his name.
Thank you. They know how he look though, my nigga. They know how he look. They
don't know his name. They don't know if it's this fight or the next fight. If you don't know the dude name, how the fuck you don't know he ain't Brazil?
I'm gonna tell you how she know him. She hit me up and said, "Hey, is Wilder fighting this weekend?" I was like, "Yeah." When he gonna fight that fine ass British dude? I said, "Who you talking about?" The dude with all the muscles. So she don't know his name, but she know how he look. You know what I'm saying?
And tell me how that's gonna help her turn into a fucking pay-per-view buy. She don't know his name.
Okay.
She gonna have to call you, Mike. She gonna have to call you and find out.
But she has cable, my nigga. When you have cable, they have those little promos on your box or whatever. You seen it?
Yeah, I know. And those promos come on the fucking We Network and the Bravo Network and on HGTV.
They come on the guy, bro. Like buy Wilder, Joshua right here. Buy UFC right here.
So now you're saying everyone uses the guide. People don't got their favorite channels. People don't just type into the box what they want to see. They go to the guide. You want these women who are attracted to Joshua to go to the guide while they're looking for Bravo, what they already fucking know. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man and my TV's already set up.
You are making a bad name for yourself right now. Women can go to the guide and buy a fight if they want to see a fight.
Without knowing the dude?
Bruh, she knows Deontay Wilder. If I tell her, hey, he is on, baby.
Exactly. You said it. You said it, key word, if I tell her. And that's what I said. Mike, she's going to need you. I said that. That's it. We agree.
If they announce the fight, I'm going to post it on my IG, on my Facebook, on my Twitter.
We agree.
She going to see it.
So now you tell me the women that don't have a brother named Mike that's a fucking podcast host to the biggest show in the world that is connected to Wilder. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, bro. Let me go to callers, bro. Touch Potential, please. Good morning.
What's going on, Touch It, man? What's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? What's going on? No, I think you're being a bit harsh there, Ness. There's something called marketing and promotion, and when the fight comes up, they market it and that's when the customers consume it. It's as simple as that. So to
Bruh,
go and use those kind
his biggest U.S. splash got trashed with Gerald
90
fucking up.
seconds.
Ruiz is a good fighter, but he's not gonna make the splash publicly.
let's just be honest, you know. Let's
Yeah,
just be honest.
Paul,
This
Lathan, biggest show in the world, man. Biggest boxing podcast out there. Don't believe it? Go check the fucking numbers.
Just Google it. He could be mad all he want.
you got. Let's be honest. The guy was right beforehand. You know, Wilder's only good fight was Luis Ortiz. However, his upside is fucking amazing. You're basically saying if the guy if he learns how to box and gets a ring IQ, no one's going to be able to stop him. And I don't think anyone can disagree with that statement. But the big question is if. Whereas with Joshua, he's already an accomplished fighter, so we don't have to add that if statement to it.
Yo, let me ask you, Touch. Do you think that Wilder would have sent Takum to the moon?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right,
100%.
So that's the
100%.
difference. That's the difference between Joshua and Wilder. Joshua and all his pretty looks and his technical skills, he ain't putting fear in people's hearts. You afraid when you got to fight Wilder.
But the difference is Joshua got knocked down by Klitschko, and his next two fights.
Get that boomerang status, champ. We going out to Troy and Baltimore.
10 seconds.
What's up? Listen, I'm listening to you talking as usual. It's a good show, but you're all over the place. Fair is a different type of thing for different people. If you offering people millions of dollars to fight you and they won't fight you, that's fair, okay? If you running your mouth and all of that, and yes, you got that one-punch knockout power, that's a different type of fair as well. But if people are turning down millions of dollars not to fight you, that's a sign of fair as well. And that's the
damn.
And also,
so
the
you
fight
talking
with
about
Brazilian,
Fury? Are you talking about Fury because he had the contract with
No.
millions of dollars in front of him? Man, I can't even hear. Are you in the toilet?
Said about,
we'll come back to you, bro. You got to get that Bluetooth. I told y'all, them shits don't work. Rod in the 870.
What up, Rod?
What's up, man? Hey, this. I was gonna say something else, but the guy in Connecticut just totally fucked up my morning. He said Wilder has disappointed him as an American. Dude had to fight fucking 30 fights in goddamn casinos and in backyards just to get to the level he's at right now. Is that not more American than anything? Somebody without a name, and you said he fighting bums. He was one of those bums. He just became the greatest bum and then enhanced himself to become one of the greatest fighters in the world.
Absolutely.
Wilder wasn't considered a top prospect.
Ever.
Top prospect coming out of fucking the Olympics. He was a fucking guy that was just wild, a basketball player. And so they said, let's see what this kid could do. And he kept knocking motherfuckers out and kept knocking motherfuckers out. Because guess what? If he come in and he ranked 200 and he fight the 160th ranked guy, he fighting somebody better than him. If he's ranked 40th and he fights somebody that's ranked 35th, he fighting somebody better than him. And he kept continuing to build himself up. And then when he got the opportunities, he signed to fight Povetkin in Russia. Povetkin tested positive, not Wilder. When Povetkin was considered dangerous, not when Povetkin fought AJ, and he still was considered somewhat dangerous, but you knew he was vulnerable. Wilder wanted to fight these guys. Wilder gave Luis Ortiz a second chance after he popped because he wanted to fight so bad. AJ turned down $50 million. Wilder was so desperate for a fight, he said, hey, bring the Fury guy out. Even though everybody that know boxing like me and everybody been watching since the 90s know that Fury with his head movement, with his boxing skills was going to be dangerous for Wilder because Wilder is a power puncher that throws wild. I said it from the beginning. And I also told everybody once Fury had those two knockdowns in that fight that he would not cut it.
Coming with those hardcore facts for y'all niggas.
I gave you extra time for the facts and for those missed super chats. But that is a very interesting angle. You know, Wilder wasn't perceived anything special. That's why he didn't get signed out of the Olympics. He was fighting in like supermarkets, bro. Like check the box rec, you know.
He was at a fair and shit too.
Yeah, fighting all over Tuscaloosa. In malls, you know, the old-fashioned way. He's the blue-collar worker. He's Rocky, bro. Like, he's Rocky. He's
Fair
Rocky,
enough.
but y'all hating, but it's okay. Because when the dust settles, we'll see.
We got a super chat from Milton Johnson. He ain't say nothing, just showing some love. Big up
Shout
to
out to
Milton
you,
Johnson.
Milton. Shout out to you, man. Listen, it's fight week. It is what it is. Hopefully, he looks good because they're gonna troll him if he doesn't, right? He say he got back to the basics, and if the basics was just getting back to being wild, they gonna get on him. But I don't care if he looks wild if he takes Brazil's head off. I never cared. I didn't fall for Wilder for the fucking skill. I fell for the power, the excitement that I get when I watch his fights. That's what I'm in. That's what I'm in for.
I got touched in a whole different way, but yeah, I feel you though. Go ahead. Next caller.
Yeah, we about to go to a boomeranger.
To this day. To this day. To this day. To this day. Sing along if you know the words. Come on. To this day. Come on.
Yo, Deej, what's the business?
That ain't Deej, that's KO.
KO, my bad. KO, what's the business?
Yo, Mike, you get things right, Mike.
My bad, homie.
All right, listen. Yeah, let's talk about Wilder for a second. Now, I know people think that some of us AJ fans are biased towards Wilder, but the thing is, we look at things objectively. Wilder is a talented fighter, and we don't deny that fact. I think my personal problem with Wilder and Fury actually is I feel like their team is very disingenuous in the sense that they say stuff that you just know that they're taking advantage of fans. And that's my problem with him. It's the fact that he came out and said AJ was ducking. AJ didn't want to fight him, and then he sent an offer with so many things that were shady about the offer. I mean, when was an offer sent where you were given a 24-hour deadline to accept the offer if this is supposed to be the biggest fight? Things like that. And then coming out and saying, oh, people are scared of him, that he's going to kill someone in the ring. He's just trying to, no one is afraid of Wilder. Let's face it, none of these fighters are actually afraid of Wilder. All of them want to fight Wilder. Dillian Whyte, he sent a message to Dillian Whyte saying that he's going to make him.
Oh, KO, good call. I mean, look, we've talked about his prideful nature, man. Is he still freezing Dillian Whyte out? I don't know. I don't think so because he's not the WBC. The WBC is the only one that can mandate him. But I guess in terms of not accepting the offers that we all thought were lucrative, because I would have took. But again, Wilder said something to me this camp for Brazil that is going to stick with me forever. I would take anything because I don't have millions of dollars in the bank. When you already got millions of dollars in the bank, bro.
Proper use.
You just, if you're a modest person, Mike, and I'm going to just talk directly to you because, some of these airheads just won't get it, bro. If somehow you, with the lifestyle you've been living for your last 30-something years, they drop 30-something G's on you, even 5 million, even 5 million, not 30 million, even 5 million, you gonna find a way to make that shit work for forever.
Mm-hmm.
I know I would.
Make sure my daughter has some of it too.
So you just ain't gonna jump at anything, especially when you know that anything is gonna come back around. It ain't going nowhere. The worst that could happen is this. He takes a loss. Are you really saying that he can't come back? So Dillian Whyte took a loss and came back. Wilder can't come back. Vladimir Klitschko got knocked out, 2-3 times in the beginning of his career? Came back. Wilder can't come back. Thomas Adamick started at cruiserweight, got knocked out at heavyweight a few times, came back.
Canelo lost to the greatest fighter in our generation. Came back and
No. Stick at the heavyweights where it hurts to get hit.
Okay.
Where it hurts to get hit. Chris Arreola, how many times he made it to the mountaintop? What he fought? Vitaly Klitschko?
You fought Vitaly
and Deontay Wilder? Now, Dominic Brazil took a loss. Who you say who?
And he fought Bermain
for
Burn,
God,
too.
he had 3 title shots.
Yes.
As a heavyweight who wasn't an Olympian. who wasn't perceived to be great. Are you kidding me?
Evander lost, right? Came back. George Foreman lost. Came back. Muhammad Ali lost. Came back. Mike Tyson lost. Came back. It's like, man, like this right here. People put too much emphasis on fucking losing the sport of boxing. It's sports, man. People are gonna lose. People are gonna win. Just go. At the end of the day, it's about how you come back from adversity that makes you a champion, that makes you resonate with the fans. And if Wilder lose, hey, he's gonna be that guy that wants to come back and avenge that loss. So I feel like people that are waiting and hoping for Wilder to lose, so he can point the finger and laugh at him and say, "Oh, you should have took the $120 million," are people that are just gonna be haters for the rest of their lives. Sometimes in the sport of boxing, man, you got to make that gamble. You got to shake up the dice. You got to roll them. You got to see where it's going to land on them snake eyes or is it going to land on 7-Eleven. In 7-Eleven, man, you make good money, and I think that's what Wilder and team is trying to do, man. They're pushing. They're trying to make their name off beating Brazil. Then they're probably going to come back and face Ortiz, maybe even slide Kornacki in at the end of the year, and then come back next year and beat Tyson Fury. And then after you do all that, then you springboard yourself into the AJ fight where you can definitely get 50-50. I believe all big fights, all super fights that don't have a clear A side, that don't have a number one, that doesn't, like, for instance, those guys need each other. In the instance of Floyd Mayweather and Canelo, they don't need anybody. As long as they have an opponent, people are going to tune in record numbers and watch. When it comes to AJ, Wilder, Bud, and Errol, those guys need each other for the super fight. And that's why I believe that fight would be 50-50.
I know you ain't talking about Wilder again.
Yeah, I'm definitely talking about Wilder.
Let me tell you something, bro. This could backfire. I don't know why you don't see, like, logically. All right, I understand the plan. The plan is to start, planting your roots. Now that the world's took notice of who Deontay Wilder is, go out there and put on a show every time out. Don't worry about AJ. Worry about building you. I get it. But it's still the heavyweight division. That's what the fuck I just finished talking about before I had to take that call. Everybody could lose. This plan could be derailed. Kovnacki could outwork you. Why? Because you just getting back to the basics? So that means you just running? That means you just sparring hard? You just hitting the bag when Kovnacki been doing that all day?
But like you said, Muhammad Ali lost. Joe Frazier lost. It don't matter about loss. It matter how you react to that adversity. How you come back from that adversity. If you come back in star-studded performance and avenge the loss like Lennox Lewis did when Hakeem Rockman beat him.
Yeah, but Mike, we're talking about derailing the fight. We're not talking about just loss is nothing. It's nothing, but it does derail the plan.
Mike Tyson lost.
If he loses to Brazil, think about this, brother. If he loses to Brazil, not only is Eddie going to offer Brazil $100 million, but the fight is big for Brazil. It's like, oh my God, an Olympian who was a football player, who turned around and became a boxer last minute, got an opportunity at the heavyweight champion of the world, and it was too soon. Got in there with the American heavyweight champ, who he all the time calls a bum and proves the world that he's a bum. My God, the unification with him and AJ is ginormous. Not only is it ginormous here, it's bigger in America than it is in the UK now. The UK public is coming because they know Brazil. And America's now back in Brazil because he went over there and tried. And now he beat our champ, who he kept telling us, no, this guy ain't good. And I'm going to prove it to you. Bruh, his stock rises.
I don't know about that.
All right, you hating then. There's no way, man. Listen, if Julian Williams' stock could rise off a loss and become unified, how the fuck can't Brazil in the heavyweight division taking out the monster? The one you saying people, you the one saying people afraid of him. You funny as hell. This dude funny as hell. You know what? Let's go to some callers.
I just don't see that scenario happen, but sounds like a cool story.
Hey, I mean, it was a movie. He got to make it come true. Majid, talk to me.
What up, Majid?
Orlando.
Hey man, not much. I'm just out in Ohio working right now, but I just wanted to say that I think that not AJ, fucking Wilder, he doing what he want to do. If we go back a year, he wasn't even allowed to come to AJ fight, so I think that he just trying to block him out to force that Dazn shit to losing negotiations in the future. We just got to sit back at this point, because 4 fights for 100 mil, come on, that's signing to his own. Ain't really much to say. We'll let Anthony Joshua do his thing, Wilder do his thing, and when the time right, I hear motherfucking family members talking about, yo, when that fight gonna happen. But right now, ain't nothing but hardcores and fucking other guys who watch sports calling out for that shit. So let it marinate, give Deontay Wilder time, and big up to the boxing voice, man. That's all I got.
Big up Majid, man, for calling in, big dog.
Yeah, thanks for the call, Majid, and shout out to you, man, putting in the work, listening to TBV. I love it, man. I love that people use this show for work, man. I remember I used to be looking for podcasts.
And I just hope we make y'all day go by fast,
Yeah,
man.
man. That's why, and I know that there's conflicting arguments out there about the length of podcasts and what's the right length and what's the wrong length, but we know from the analytics you guys consume the entire podcast, man, so we would never shorten them. As long as callers are calling, we're going to them callers. Like back to KO'd on his boomerang status in the UK. What up?
He got a boomie, he cutting the line.
All right, listen, yo, I want to ask you a little question. So Wilder came out on one of them, I think it was Blue Blood, and said that even if they offer him 50-50, he won't take the fight right now. What do you think about that?
So this is your second call that you don't want to talk about the fact that Wilder's saying Fury is afraid and didn't take the rematch. You would rather talk about what now?
AJ and Wilder.
Yeah, that's why I'm interested in. Fury is a bomb, as far as I'm concerned. He ducked Wilder, so I don't really want to talk about that.
UK people. Well, look here.
So you want to know what now?
I think Wilder was just posturing, man. I think he was just saying something to get a headline. I believe if they offer him 50-50 and it's within Al Heyman's plan, they'll take it.
Why you say it like that? It's within Al Heyman plan, bro. If they offer him 50-50 and he likes the deal, come on, so he's a puppet, huh?
Wow, I didn't say that, but he is advised by Al Heyman.
All right, but it's still up to him.
Al Heyman's gonna present him with it, and if he feel like it's good, then he'll take it.
So let me understand what you're saying. You're saying that Wilder coming out to say that he's being disingenuous, right? Is that what you just said?
No. I think that what he's doing is, you say you don't want something, so they offer you what you want.
That's being disingenuousness.
Nah, that's negotiations.
All right.
That's negotiations.
So what does he really want? Because they're offering him 50-50.
Cut it.
That's negotiations.
No. Like disingenuous is like when you tell somebody something, but you really mean something else. It's exactly like what you just said.
Yeah, but we don't know for sure that he doesn't mean something else. We just know that he's saying he won't take it. We are thinking that because we are broke and logical, that if an offer came that it was 50-50, that he would take it. We are being optimistic as boxing fans. But again, we are not 100% sure that he would come around and take this offer that allegedly would be sent to him at 50-50 when the man already said on Blue Blood that he wouldn't. We don't know that. We want to believe that he's better than not taking it. That's what you want to assume, but we don't know that. Don't just nod your head. It's a podcast.
No. What I was saying, what I was nodding was I was listening to you, but I still think by saying that you wouldn't take it, you make them come out and offer it, and then you come up and say, all right, fuck it, I'll go ahead and put it on for the fans for the 50-50. I think that's what he was attempted to do with that statement. I could be absolutely wrong, and he could have meant every word that he said.
Yeah, and that's what I feel. I feel like, you just negotiating. I feel like you. But like you said, we could be wrong. He can fuck around and turn it down.
Exactly.
Yo, new caller, 908-265, 908-265.
What up? What's the word? What's your name, homie?
Just listening. 908-265.
265. No name.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right.
Well, hey, thanks for listening, brother. We appreciate your ears.
Sure do.
This nigga talking away from the mic, talking about it's a podcast.
Sure do.
Oh, okay, now he back.
I mean, I was looking for the next caller's name. Oh, look who it is. Damn.
Who we got?
It's Baltimore.
Oh, that was loud. Let me adjust that.
Gentlemen, the gods will not save you.
I didn't know I could pause.
It's Baltimore, gentlemen. The gods will not save you.
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
What up?
Can you hear me?
We hear you. You sound different. You must got a new phone and everything. Look at you stunting.
Nah, man, it's the same old bat phone, man.
You lying?
Yeah, and I want to tell you, man. It's 100. I agree with you 100% on this shit. Wilder better push that nigga Brazil shit way back. If not, they gonna get him the fuck up out of here, man. That fight gonna be fucked up. That fight gonna be dead for a long time if he don't push Brazil shit back. They gonna get that rematch with Brazil, promote the shit out that shit, and all the wildest haters, they gonna try to bury this motherfucker, man. They really gonna double down on the heat, triple down on the heat. He gotta get this nigga the fuck up out there and put that nigga in a black suit for a long time. I'm not gonna cry if he killed Brazil, man. I ain't gonna be crying about it because Brazil talk a lot of shit. And you like United States, they kill their enemies. I can't get mad at this nigga want to kill his enemies, man. United States kill their enemies. I'm not gonna get mad at Deontay Wilder want to kill his motherfucking enemies. I don't get mad at the United States when they body their enemies. Somebody do something to the United States, they drop bombs on them motherfuckers, kill women, children, and everybody, cripples and every motherfucker. They drop bombs on schools. So if Wilder want to drop a bomb on Brazil, bitch ass,
whoa, drop that bomb on here, man. The truth hurts, don't it?
What?
I said the truth hurts.
Man, it is what it is, man. I don't give a fuck about that. I want Wilder to beat the shit out this nigga and get rid of him, and I want AJ to get his fight over with. And let them two niggas get together and get this fight popping, man, because the upset can happen and it can fuck this fight up.
Cut it.
Upset can easy.
Cut it.
Yeah, that nigga got deep on the call.
Hey, Marlon Sims, you ain't press 1, so if you're just listening, thank you as always for listening. Shout out to Marlon Sims, the pro fighter. Check him out. Google him, box rec him.
Up and coming.
Up and coming. Yo, so I am your host, Nesta Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Final thoughts. I always felt like Tyson ain't want it, man. Once you sign, I mean, look, you got to do what's right for you, like Mike says. But you could have made the fight happen by asking for a tune-up and then a second tune-up. That's just, pushing me away from the thought of it being a possibility that it could happen, Yeah, man, Brazil, Wilder. I'm hoping for a very good show. I'm hoping that Wilder could, make this a statement fight. Add to the highlight reel, right, Mike? Make it another Bermain, Stavern-like, Spielka-like type of thing. Even Luis Ortiz, because that uppercut, that shit is a highlight reel too. But yeah, man, final thoughts. Get it done, champ. Get it done.
Yeah, man, final thoughts. Yeah, man, can't wait to see Wilder back in the ring. Fury didn't want the rematch, so maybe he is running from him for the time being. But hopefully we get it sometime next year. Until then, we got Brazil this weekend and more to come. Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. Peace out.